chase their approval now. I don't need the crowd.
Welcome back to the Real Her Podcast. Today we're honored to have an incredible woman whose story is one of the resilience, redemption, and entrepreneur. She's known as Miss Mobboss herself. She's a successful business owner. She owns multiple business, and she's an upcoming author, a subject of a documentary, and she's a creator, you guys. Thank you, Miss Kennesha Davis, for joining us.
Thank you guys for having me.
Before we talk about business, tell us who Kennesha Davis really are.
Well, that's a loaded question. My name is Kennesha Davis Avan. I am a mother. I'm a wife. I am an entrepreneur. I've owned multiple businesses here in the state of Alabama as well as Louisiana, and a couple of them in Florida. So I'm just excited to be here today.
Oh, I'm here. It's excited to have you. What was your life before growing up?
Oh, okay. I was pretty much raised by my father, who is an entrepreneur. He has really showed me the way. I guess my alpha woman in me, I get that from him because most people say I act like him, I talk like him.
Oh,
so being raised by a man is a little different than being raised by a woman. For the most part, my dad had a very strong role into my business life, and so we're very close.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right. What were some of your dreams before everything just changed?
You know, I really just didn't. My father really instilled us to dream big. I would say that for the most part. He instilled us to have great values. He's always instilled us to always try to do the right thing. He's always asked us, Kennesha, what do you want to do when you grow up? What do you want to be? What do you want to do? And he would always say, you know, sometimes you're going to get tired of working for people. So I think that entrepreneur spirit came from him of saying you don't want to get up and you want to clock in every day. It's okay to work for people and it's okay to go to work, but it's not the only way. And so I found myself early on, I've always worked. Even in high school, I worked a lot, college, and then after college decided like, I want to do something on my own.
Yeah.
So, you know, you need that foundation to work a job, to get that discipline, but as you get older, you'll learn that you have to push yourself. And even in those jobs, you have to push yourself for greatness.
Yeah. I agree. I totally agree. Okay, so your journey. Can you share what led you? Okay, so let me just say this here. Throughout all that you accomplished and stuff, you end up having to go to jail and do a little jail time, right?
I did. I went to prison at a late age, you know, in my life. You wouldn't think at 40-some years old you'll be, I'm telling my age, by the way, 40-some years old that you'll be going to prison. It will be something that will be, you do all the stupid stuff when you're in your younger days, right? In your 20s.
Right.
And so for me, I went to prison for false statements on my personal tax return. A lot of people, you know, it's one of those things that a lot of people don't go to jail for, you know. I mean, we have Trump in office right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm just saying. But,
Yeah.
But it's one of those things that I learned from it, and my case is a little, you know, for me, it's something that I still am exploring. I think you mentioned that I'll be doing a documentary. That'll be something that I will fully talk about in my documentary.
Okay.
Exposing my story, exposing my truth on how that came about. And there's still some things that with my case that does not sit right with me, but you know, I'll let the public be the judge of my story. My story is my story. I did my time. I'm okay with it. But I think once you kind of hear my story, it's a lot more people should know, and a lot of things that people should start looking at, especially when it comes to black business entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
And I know I can only speak for where I am in Mobile, Alabama, but there's other things I know just differently. Because, like I said, I've had multiple businesses in multiple states, and by far, state of Louisiana is one of the best states for as far as entrepreneurship. That they really want you to be in business and really want to hold your hand. And I've made so many great relationships in the state of Louisiana that, you know, that are really solid. And so Mobile, I've lived here my whole life, and it's always been a challenge for Black business owners to get to where they need to be at.
And especially Black, would you say especially Black business women?
Definitely Black business women. We are at the bottom of the totem pole, to be honest with you. You know, a lot of people have not accomplished the things I've accomplished. I've been the first in a lot of businesses in a lot of areas, and so to have that, they, you know, to be that person, to be the first, it's always going to be a challenge. And so I've been the first in a lot of things. I was the first, you know, in my family, in my mom's side of the family, to actually graduate college, you know. The first probably female in our family to have actually a nation, like a known business, you know. And so I don't want to deflate from the small business. I'm still small business, but to actually like be a part of a franchise. I was part of a couple of franchises in Mobile on the Gulf Coast. And I'm not sure if I should say their names. We'll have to say that. I'll have to let you know about those. But just because of ongoing investigations and stuff like that. But I will say that, you know, I've been the first. And when you're the first, you come across a lot of things that a lot of people wouldn't handle. Because you have to act a certain type of way. You have to be a certain type of way. You have to be professional at all costs, even if someone pushes you to another limit. And so I've been there, I've done it. And it's not easy. But it's doable.
All right. Looking back, what do you think were some of the choices of the circumstances that contribute to that chapter of your life?
For me, a lot of it, I feel like it's your fault, no matter what, because you have to take ownership of the things, of the people that work for you, of the people that's in your life, so, and the people that you surround yourself with. And I should have been more. I was so busy being a new mother at that time, that when the case had started, or when the year that the case started. So being a young mother, being busy, oh my gosh. I think at that point, I'm having like 3 restaurants up and running, you know, being busy, not paying attention, trusting the people that are working for me, trusting the lawyers that are working for me, just putting my trust into people, that people are going to do their job. But when it comes down to it, it's your responsibility to look at everything, to know everything. And you would think that because you have a team, that's the most thing I could tell anybody in business. Go back and audit your books yourself. Go back and do your stuff yourself, because at the end of the day, it's you on the chopping block. It's nobody else. Even though the evidence may say, oh, this, and it's bookkeeping and all this kind, it's your books. Even though you may have hired a bookkeeper, even though you may have hired these people for you, thinking that you're going to keep you in the best interest, it is your business, and it's your business. And so, I didn't do a whole lot of time, and a lot of people say, oh, you didn't do that much time. But for me, somebody who did not have a criminal history, someone who didn't need, it was not in, at a place in their life that just had so much going on. I had so much going on for myself when I look back at it, and so much going on that I needed to slow down, to be honest.